Hi, so we'll do a mock interview here, and the focus will be product design question. The question is, how do you design a fitness app? So I'll do a role play, and I'll be the interviewer and asking question and answering any follow-up question. So let's dive in. So before diving into the question, I have some clarification question. The first one is that what's the goal of designing this? So this is a product for a big tech company. The goal here is to build something interesting in the fitness space, which captures the market share. We can worry about the monetization aspect later on, but we want something that captures that is used by a lot of customers, and then there is a path to monetization, even if it's not there in the next 2-3 years. That is fine. Sounds good. So my next question for you is that is it okay for this to be hardware or plus software solution, or this has to be only in the software space? Mostly from the standpoint of that, how much is there a constraint from the resourcing standpoint that we can only staff software developers, or we don't want to use certain technologies? Okay, so don't assume any constraint here. It's okay for us to do software plus hardware solution. Sounds good. So I have what I need. What I'll do is I'll take a minute to jot down my thoughts. The way I'll approach this question is first I'll think through about different customer segment. Then I'll pick one customer segment, think about what problem they are facing when it comes to fitness, and then we'll brainstorm certain solutions. Does that sound good to you? Yeah, that sounds good. Take your time. So I could think of multiple customer segment here. The first one is the bodybuilders. When it comes to fitness, these are people who go to the gym, are pretty active, but these are a small segment of people, which is evident from uh, the dropout rates that generally get media attention. That people go to gym but they don't continue. So there is a minority segment who are really motivated, want to build body, and that's one. The second is the weight loss segment. This is pretty vast, billions of users. This is the largest segment. People here are struggling mostly to reduce their weight, maintain their maintain their how the look. There are multiple motivation on why they want to maintain the weight. One of them is to how they look, other is to avoid diseases, but they are not motivated enough to go and do bodybuilding or fitness or running and sports or the other kind of fitness activities. So these two are our next two segment. So one is the runner segment. So these are runners are very easy to spot on in any city. They have running groups, and they're running and cycling generally groups in the cities. But this is a minority segment again. These people are motivated. They go out in the morning. They do running. There is marathon, but not a large segment as such. The fourth segment is a sports segment, which people are playing cricket, soccer, and other pretty popular in the kids space. But when you go into the middle-aged segment or working professional, this is not as popular way to stay fit. So these are the four segment that I could think of. And if I have to prioritize which segment to pick, here, I would go with the weight loss segment because our goal here is to drive adoption, have a lot many user, and I feel the weight loss segment is which captures that intention. There are billions of people out there who want to lose weight, and they are struggling in doing that. So if you solve that, that would help gainers. So unless you have a question on this, what I'll do next is I'll brainstorm different problem for the segment and then come back to you. That sounds good. Take your time. Okay, so I did. So our typical user here is a working professional who gets up ready in the morning. Maybe they are able to or not able to carve off time for fitness at that time. They have to also drop their kids, be ready for the work. Throughout the day, they are at the job, then they come back. They want to spend time with family, their personal commitments, meet friends. That's a daily routine. So, if they had a magic pill, right, which is not very costly, doesn't have side effect, and reduces the weight, they would have taken it. But that does not exist, and that's the challenge for this segment is they don't have the time when it comes to fitness. In their schedule, right from the morning, evening, they have a lot of professional and personal commitment. Yes, the challenge with this segment is that throughout their schedule, they don't have enough time to find time for fitness. So I think that's the one problem. The second problem is also motivation. So even if you have time, um, you don't feel motivated to go out there. The reason could be you are already exhausted from the work, and when you come, you mostly want to relax, watch television, be with family. In the case of the morning, it's very hard to get up early. You already have to go early in the morning at office. So finding motivation to finding motivation to do this is the next challenge. The third one I noted down is the science aspect of it. So a lot of people don't know what really will work. Yes, they have to eat less food, but how much less? Is it okay? And if they don't have to eat at all, that is also not okay. So what is the right way of not sort of doing calorie deficit? What is the right way of doing exercises? How should be the sleep cycle? Uh, Weight loss is a space where there has been a lot of viewpoints over the years. There are views in the paper, in the journals, and a lot of time it's conflicting. Some people say carb is fine, some people say it's not. Take it at that time, it's fine. So one of the struggle that I see in the working professional, which include me as a user, is sort of struggle in believing, finding what to believe. Now, a lot of this customer problem that I came up was from the standpoint of a working professional, which includes me and people around me. But if I had more time, I would have done research to understand that what are some other problems out there. But if I see all of these problems, I think the time one is the most critical one. Because most of the working professionals struggle with finding time. So I think if we solve that, it will help in their adoption very much. And as a user of this product in the weight loss segment, I also find that is something that appeals to me. Like if some that problem is solved. So unless you have a different viewpoint, I'll pick that as a problems statement. That how might we reduce time required for you to achieve your weight loss goal, and focus on that in order to brainstorm solution. So that works with me. Take your time, brainstorm, and come back. Okay, so I could come up with three solutions for this problem. And a lot of this has to do with how we can do with the limited time, right, that the working professional has. So the first solution that I have is what I call fitness.ai. So idea here is that one of the challenge with using AI for as a so stepping back, so half of the problem is solved if you have a coach who is there with you all the time, telling you what to do, what not to do, to motivate you. But the challenge is that not everyone can afford coach. Coaches also have a hard time sort of being available all the time. There are limited number of coaches, and it's not a scalable model as such. So you do need an AI. Now the challenge with the AI is that AI without a human in the loop is very can hallucinate. Fitness anyway doesn't have the science backed knowledge. So you need a good uh, weight loss coach in the loop. So what fitness.ai will be that you will give certain tools to these fitness trainers, weight loss coaches, in order for them to construct the weight loss plan, the diet plan, give helpful nudges to the customer every time, something that they can chat with, ask questions, dive into the knowledge base of the LLM behind this fitness AI and get their questions answered. So that will be the first solution, that start with this V2B solution that helps these fitness coaches serve the masses, and through time keep building your intelligence. So first, as just as a repository that this LLM will be trained on, with time you get these real life example, right? For this question, what was the solution? So you already have a labeled data to learn from. So that would be my first solution in this space. The second solution that I have is fitness.ar. So idea here is that people have limited space and time in their home. So what if you could project a gym using the AR technology in your balcony, in your garden, and that's the place you do exercises. Now there will be a lot of devices and sensors that tracks your movement and gives the feeling of a resistance, for example, when you are moving or when you are lifting weight. But all of this is done with AR so that this would remains your balcony. We are not taking the balcony away from you, because that would something that people don't want, right? They want that space as well. But it becomes the gym that you want using the AR technology. Similarly, this is your area, living room, which we are not taking away from you, but it can convert into the gym using the AR. Now, I don't want this to be a VR based solution, because I don't see people putting this device all the time, 30 minutes. It will make it more boring and exhausting maybe. And that has a lot to do with the how I see the Facebook Meta equipments. But in future, if things evolve and if we do research and we find out VR also works, we can use that technology. So the second solution is fitness.ar. The third solution is what I'm calling is a spaceless fit. So the challenge with the working professional is also that now they have to bring their office to home. So they have a working desk, they have to take meetings from the home, which is again taking some space. Now, if you ask them to put extra equipments and all, that becomes a challenge, that now the fitness also has to be home, the office also has to be home. But what if we give them a space that is foldable, transformable, that becomes a workspace in the daytime and the fitness gym when they want? Like there are racks and drawers that goes in with a click of button, and you can control from the software how it looks. Of course, initially it will be really just one model that you click and you have to just pick that one. But with time, there are more models, more equipments, and all of that from the 3D printing or from these foldable structures gets created. Now that will solve the problem for this working professional that during the day just use that space for taking meetings, and during the night or in the morning convert that into your gym. So these are the three solutions that I could think of. Um, if you don't have any question on this, what I'll do is I'll take some time to prioritize which one to build our product as an MVP. Yes, let's dive into what is the feature that you will choose, and with that, we'll close the interview. So let me take a moment to prioritize, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I use two criteria. The first one is how much work or complexity from an engineering standpoint it is, which is proportional to how much time it will take. And second is whether it helps us move toward our goal of adoption. So the first one is the fitness.ai. I think it's the lowest work. GenAI is already in a lot of human evaluation. Other people are really used to. All the big tech have access to ML researcher. And I think this is something that will be very useful because uh, it and I also think it's something that expands, can be easily marketed because you market through these coaches and it's easy to adopt. So I think adoption wise, it's on the top choice and also lower in terms of how much effort is required to build it. The second one is fitness.ar, and I think here the work estimate is higher. Like, I don't know whether we have strength in AR or not. The technology is also not completely there. Building sensors and all make it costly. So it will be medium massy because you don't. It's something that people can use. It's in their backyard and other. And sounds like AR is not such extremely expensive technology, but still is. So it's medium on both, I would say. In the case of specialist.fit, I think from adoption standpoint, given it's a hardware product, it will be costly. I don't know, people have already invested in the workplace infrastructure, so I'm a bit hesitant on how much adoption there will be right away. And I also think it's a complicated thing to build. All this structure worked by software, and also depends on how much strength we have in software plus hardware technology. So on these two parameters, I think the fitness.ai one is the idea that I'll go with. It's something that's a good MVP to validate. And if we feel that with time we are doing well in this space, we can then take a leap into fitness.ar. So that will be my feature for you. If you want now, I can brainstorm metrics for this fitness.ai feature. So interviewer response, so that is not required. I know what your flow and what you are building. So this is good for now. Let's close the interview here. So let's do a debrief. So what worked well? I think a couple of things went right. One was asking questions on goal, understanding whether software plus hardware works, and then at each stage brainstorming different customer segment, problem statements, and then picking one and picking something that was aligned with the goal. I think that worked well. And finally, the solutions were creative and were something that could move the metric. I think these worked well. So one area candidate could have done better job was asking about the strength of the company, right? If not in the starting, maybe at the end, because the solutions were pretty varied. One was in the AR, one was in the ML research team, other was hardware plus software. So understanding what is the strength of the company would have helped pick the right feature. So that's a debrief for you. Thank you so much.